Y'all, I'm sorry. Facebook tapping and doing all that extraness. I really just can't right now. But it's crazy to hear what's going on with our trans brothers, especially with Zaire, his situation. You know, it's unfortunate and it's sad. It's disheartening, and you know, I haven't known Zaire long, but just in my conversation, hey sis. So just within my conversation with him, he's been nothing but a gentleman. He's been wanting to share his side of the story for a while now. And I can understand why, because when you have people around here defaming your name and putting things out about you that's just not true, it does weigh heavily on your reputation, and for people to take advantage of his situation and what he went through, it's just definitely unfortunate. Hey, Pastor Vera. And I just my heart goes out to Zaire, because like he seems like he's such a nice guy, and if you ever seen him in real life, Zaire is like he's a little short, little something. He's handsome and everything, but I mean, to have that type of situation happen to you, to where you have had coffee thrown in your face and beat up, it's just too much. It is entirely too much. Zaya, I'm gonna bring you back on, and I'm gonna allow you to finish saying what you needed to say. Go ahead. I'm gonna have so many
I'm gonna
parts
have
to
so
this
many
whole
parts to
type of
this whole
conversation.
type
It's
of
gonna be
conversation.
crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
Right. I had to come in the kitchen because my outlet is so far from my living room set or whatever. So food child the ghetto, you know. You know. So
Oh goodness.
but
Okay.
Okay,
So pick
yeah,
up
so
where you
so
left
pick
off.
up where you left off.
I forgot where I left off at.
You forgot that quick.
You forgot that quick.
So you was
Oh yeah,
So you was
yeah. So I end up getting jumped on by those people. And speaking of, that's the reason why, if you did, I mean, you see it on my page where I did release the factor that um they finally, like, one of the guys out of the bunch were finally going to trial, because I just stopped going. I gave up, with so much negativity that was being said in the community, that I lied. You'd be surprised how many people text my phone and said I deserved that ass whooping, and I can't. I mean, it just kind of shocks you how people, the same people that you fight for, that you would take a bullet for, would say some ignorant ass, excuse me, shit like that. Like like it's valid for them to do something like that. So I just moved forward, and I wanted to, but you know what? I'm kind of glad that I end up finding out that one of the guys who actually got arrested actually was the one who shielded me with his body, their own friend. So I could have sustained worse injuries, but I was purposely. I end up seeing the video, and I see this guy every day, and every day or every other day, and I shook his hand because what the detectives told me. But at the end of the day, there's some stuff about that attack that a lot of people don't know, and I thank the news for not putting it out there because of my privacy. Um, and a few people may find out because they're going to release it, and they're going to talk about the issue. These young ladies are going to release it because it was part of the issue, and if that happens, then it shows what type of character they have.
so.
So
Do you
do you
feel
feel
set
like you
up
were
with
set
these
up
two
with
women?
these two women?
No, I wasn't set up. It's just something that's private that thank God the news didn't release it, because I would have got a lot of, I wouldn't know how to deal with it, the criticism, but it was a loss, and I think that's what was part of what made him um
Come forward.
come forward.
so I mean a lot of people say the news is negative, but they did protect my privacy on this issue.
So, what
So,
do you say,
what do you
or
say,
what would you like
or
to
what
say
would
to
you
those
like to say
people
to those people
that didn't believe
that
you
didn't
now that
believe
you
you now that
actually have
you
receipts
actually have receipts
showing that this
showing
is something that
that this is
happened to
something
you?
that happened to you?
Maybe I had receipts when I wore a thing over my eye. I had receipts when I got rushed to the hospital, and I had receipts, but it's just the fact that the same brothers, my trans sisters, who would sit there and say, you deserve this. Like I said, I'm not an innocent person. I'm very vocal. I let if I don't like you, I'll let you know that, me and you don't clash, and you need to keep it moving. And a lot of people can't take that. So a lot of people think I'm ignorant. But we want the truth, but we can't handle honesty. And I don't get that. But at the same time, maybe I need to I need to approach the situation a little better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
I feel like right now what we got going on, we need to be there for each other, instead of criticizing each other, or putting each other down. Like I said, it's one guy who said, the one guy who said, they need to protest me because I'm a rapist. He said I need to fix my voice box. Ain't nothing wrong with my voice box.
No.
And
No.
and everybody can see me now. I have a clean facial face, and the reason why I have a clean facial face because it's a point I'm trying to prove that my facial hair doesn't define me as a man.
Right.
My surgery
Right.
doesn't define me as a man,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because either way, I'm a man. You get what I'm saying? So for somebody to say that I need to fix my voice is fine. I'm very secure of who I am. I'm I don't need that.
And this is another
And this is
trans man that
another
said this
transman
about
that
you.
said this about you.
Yes.
So, this would be my
So,
It's
this
question.
is my question.
it's self hate, baby. It's self hate. We and like I said, I'm not innocent by a long shot, because this is the thing. When you come at me, I'm gonna say things to hurt you. Also, there's no rules. There's no rules in that. You came at me, said I need to fix my voice box. Then you need to fix things about yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because obviously it's self hate, or you're insecure. Because you were the one that went in my friend's inbox, which was your friend too, and told her I was a rapist. People need to be careful what they say, because that can ruin somebody's life. Ruin somebody's name.
So, this
So,
so this is my question.
this is
So,
my
what
question. So,
are
what are
the allegations
the
that's being brought
allegations
up
that's
against you?
being brought up against you?
That I'm abusive towards trans women, and I have a rape house, and I've been raping trans women.
So, what do they
So, what do
mean
they mean
when they say you have a
when they
rape
say
house?
you have
Because
a
I
rape
do
house? Because I
understand
do
when we
understand
talked
when we
before
talked before
that you
that
have
you
housed
have housed
trans women that
trans women that
were
were,
working at night,
working at night,
working the streets at
working
night.
the streets at night.
But if they needed
But if they needed
protection,
protection,
your house was
your
safe, was
house was
considered as a
safe,
safe
was
house.
considered as a safe house.
And it was, and to make it so issue, a lot of people did not like that factor. They didn't like the fact that, um I guess they were more so embarrassed about the fact. And you got a couple people, like I said, the young man said, "Oh, I ain't got no furniture in my house. I don't have this and this and this," and that's untrue. You get what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
allegations is just, I don't. They say I don't have no dishes in my house. They don't have this and this and this, and it's just it's lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. And I feel like at this point in time, I'm just tired of being silent when I need to defend myself.
So,
They're calling my job. They texting my phone threatening me. They got different people calling my phone threatening me. And thank God I have a lady boss who um is willing to speak up and defend my honor.
So do you think you're
So
getting
do
the
you think you're
support
getting the
that you need
support
from your
that you get
trans
from your
brothers in this
trans
type of
brothers in this
situation?
type of situation?
No.
So what would you say to
So what
them?
would you say to them?
It's not really nothing to say because at the end of the day, you know, how can we support each other when we're toxic towards each other? I mean, me and you talked about this. You know, we have a long way to go, and we need to be sport. We're so busy competing that we're not willing to be there for one another. If the trans women can sit their problems aside and be there for one another, then we can do the same. Then we can do the same. If the trans women can sit aside and get stuff done, why cannot we do the same? We so busy protecting our egos that we are not willing to put that aside and say, you know what, brother, I love you. I'm that type of person. I'm the type of person. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a unique type of fella. You get what I'm saying? And it takes a unique type of person to understand where I'm coming from. I mean, a lot of them when you have a guy like me, they don't want to hang with me because they don't want to be social. They don't want to be seen as okay. Well, he's fruity or he's not masculine or he's not this, he's not that, he's that because they're trying to create some image that's not really there. And it's fine. It's okay to be different. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you're let a inch of the cut of let an inch of a cut is better than theirs, they can't stand you. I mean, we literally was out there in DC. We talked about that. There was trans women that came up to me. There was non-boundary white Caucasians that came up to me, white gay guys, white trans women, but none of my brothers came up to me except one.
So what do we need to
So
do?
what do we need to do?
I mean, I honestly I don't know what to do. I mean, as far as we can keep on engaging, but I mean, what can we do? Like
So do you think it
what?
So
has
do
to
you
do
think it has to do
with all the stuff you have
with all
going
the stuff you have
on
going
that people know
on that
about,
people know
or
about,
what?
or what?
I mean, nobody's perfect. I see people who are running different organizations just as messy. Also, you get what I'm saying? But you don't know what somebody's got going on in their life. You get what I'm saying? And if somebody gets me off of what I post, then that's them. You know what I'm saying? Because in real life, I'm a sweetheart. I'm the sweetest person. You know, I'm a short little fella. I like to laugh. You know what I'm saying? And play. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a sweetheart. And let something happen to one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm here to protect you. But other than that, like you can't base somebody off of false allegations that somebody has said.
Right.
That's not
Right.
That's like me. That's like me saying, okay, well, I don't want to deal with her because how she survives, or I don't want to deal with him because of how he survives. We not God. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect. Once you take the time to acknowledge, you know, and hold yourself accountable for what you do, then you'll move forward.
So what would make you
So
feel
what would make you feel
vindicated out of all of
vindicated
this?
out of all of this?
Girl, what you say? Don't come about it. Hold on, now. Hold up.
No. So
No,
what would
so
you?
I understand. I mean, the, I just wanted people to know that it's going to be people that's going to reach out to you, and they're going to say Zahair is a monster. Zahair is this type of guy. Zahair, he abuses women. He beats on women. He sexually assaults them. I don't. And and that's just to defame my character. When you see, this is the thing, non-profit and volunteering and all that, it's a dog eat dog world. You got some people that's sincere, you got some people that's sincere in the community, and then you got some people that's not sincere in the community, and they're all about money. So, and you will weed those people out who are really for the community because they're like an ant pile. They're constantly poking at that person. You get what I'm saying? They're constantly trying to bully people and defame people's name. Those are the people that don't have the sincere intentions. You get what I'm saying? Because if you had the sincere intentions, then baby, when these girls was at my house and I reached out to you, then you would have had. You said that wasn't your problem. You said I wasn't your problem. The only reason why I'm not releasing receipts because I don't have time to release receipts. I don't have time for none of that. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't have time because it could be a court issue.
Right.
The issue is if you sincere, if you really sincere, you wouldn't worry about what somebody else doing, and you would work together as a team. But you're so busy trying to point out other people and point out and blast people for things that is not true. When you need to be focused on helping your community, like you said, it's like people want a pat on the back. You can tell the people that's really not that's doing real work, the people that don't want a pat in the back. The people that don't have to voice what they did for others.
So,
With people watching,
because I know other people are probably gonna watch this later.
What do you want
What do you want
our community
our community
and other people
to know
that we don't know
that we don't know now about the experiences of being a trans man?
I mean, I want people to know that we go through stuff too. You get what I'm saying? Like, why trans women suffer in front of the eye view, in front of TV, in front of everybody, we suffer in silence because we are taught, just like a cisgender man, that we cannot show weakness. We can't show any side of emotion. We can't show vulnerability. We can't show that. So why everybody's saying this about women of trans experience, my brothers are being raped, my brothers are being assaulted, my brothers are being sexualized, my brothers are being we got feelings just like the next person. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, dating trans women of experience is hard because sometimes you get them young ladies who are, some of them are violent, and some of them, they're misgender us too. And then you have the transphobe, you have the trans on transphobic situation also.
How does that
even work?
I done been called a faggot by the young ladies I done been dated. I done been called my government name. I done been called, I act like a sissy. I shouldn't act the way I do. I should have never transitioned. And that's all, that's all it right here. You get what I'm saying? It's all right here. It's insecurity. You get what I'm saying? So, how they feel about themselves, sometimes they voice it on you,
Right.
It's right. Themselves, so they try to break you down.
So
this is my question to you.
Just so we can clear
the air, make sure that everybody's being truthful and honest.
Right. Have you fabricated
any of this?
I have never fabricated any of this. I literally have papers, but the only thing that's stopping me from the papers is because other people are involved, and I have to be careful what I say because it could be a court issue. And not only that, this, as you know, this is said. The young lady said this was her place. This is not her place. This is mine. Everything in here is mine. You know, she says she has papers on me. She doesn't. The reason why we have a commitment as far as the paperwork is because, like I said, I'm a full-time chef, and when we were at court, I would have had to be at court all day, and my employees start at 4:30. So I would have had to been there, you know what I'm saying, or I'm the closing chef. So therefore, I just came to a commitment with my lawyer and said that, if she didn't talk about me online, they didn't talk about me online, they didn't, contact me and what they do, they contacted me, they breached the contract, and it wasn't that she came to agreement or that she had receipts on me. She didn't have receipts. Basically, what she's doing is it's a text message app, and she's using that text message app to make it seem like I'm texting her or I'm calling her, and I'm not. Basically, they're not happy until they see me in jail.
And this is all
And
on
this
the
is
basis
all
of
on the
them
basis
wanting
of them wanting
money.
money.
Basically, they already collected money. When she left the first time, they already made a Cash App, and a GoFundMe, and they already collected some off of it. They got a shirt out or something. I guess people are buying it. I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her. And I have the pictures to prove that I didn't touch her. I have the statements from the officers that show that I didn't touch her. Nobody did anything wrong to her. She just was impatient, and she's associating me with people who I wasn't associated with, as far as on a professional level. Um, so, that it is what it is. But when you're coming after somebody's character, somebody's business, and I feel like I need to speak up because I've been silent
Right.
too long.
Right.
Right. So how do you
Right.
want
So
to
how do you want to this end?
how does the end look
How
like
does
for
the
you?
end look like for you?
I mean, I wish that it was so easy for them to just drop it and move forward. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're gonna move forward, and I just couldn't personally involve myself. I couldn't, and to be honest with you, in no shade, I couldn't see myself even being friends with the people that's in their circle, because if you enable somebody with false allegations before even trying to take the time to say facts, because I had a friend who one of the people inboxed, and her loyalty is crazy because she knew the person before she knew me, and she didn't. She's not on either side. She's on what's right. Where's the facts? She's also a trans woman of experience too. Where's the facts? Do you have the facts that says he did this? Do you have the facts that say facts?
Right.
That's why you need to base it, because you will ruin somebody. It's a lot of innocent people locked up, and based off of nobody had facts. Nobody took time to look at
Right.
facts.
And that's
Right. And
dangerous
that's
because that's
dangerous.
somebody's
And that's
life.
somebody's
And then when it
life.
comes
And
back,
then
there's
when it
no
comes back, there's
reparation.
no reparation.
Right. Right.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
It's a mess.
That's a whole mess.
That's a whole
And I
mess.
know there were some
And I
other
know there
things
were some
that we
other
had
things
discussed. I know
that
we
we had
can't get
discussed. I know we
into,
can't get into.
but
But um,
where do you see
where do you
yourself
see yourself
at the end of this?
at the
Do
end
you
of
still
this?
see
Do you
yourself
still see
up in
yourself up in
Philadelphia? Do you see
Philadelphia?
yourself
Do you see yourself
moved or what?
moved or what?
I'm going to be moving because, not because of this situation, but because when I decided to share my story, and a friend told me don't do it, but I wanted people to know what we go through as trans men. You see the trans women go through stuff.
Right.
Right.
As a 5'4", 130-pound African black male, when my feet hit the pavement, it's survival for me too. I'm small, so from the time I get on the bus to the time I get out of town, um, the guy's testosterone is raging. So they have to show their masculinity. I get tried, and people like, I've been here 30 years, and that has never happened to me. Um, you know, I get tried. Somebody says something, somebody does something, and I always been the type of person that I never back down from a fight. I never back down from a fight, and I'm not going to continue to, because at this point, like, you have to stand your ground. And
Right.
I feel like
Right.
with me being on the news, a lot of people know who I am, and a lot of people didn't know who I was when I moved here. So I just want to start over, and I want to be able to live a peaceful life and live my truth, without having to worry about, would this be somebody's last day, or
Right.
would this be my
Right.
last day? And I guarantee you it won't be my last day.
So this one,
So
there's another question
there's
I have
another
for you.
question I have for you.
Is there
So
any
is there
time
any time
that you live in
that
fear?
you live in fear?
Sorry.
Sorry.
If you have to walk outside and you have to tote a gun and a knife on you because you're the only person here, and you have no family, that's fear because you vow to yourself that it would never happen again. I really, to be honest with you, I really don't trust too many people here. Would you?
No,
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly. Because, I mean, when you live in a toxic place, you become toxic. You get what I'm saying? And that's what makes me want to move. That's why I'm moving because, you know, I there came a point in my life where I have you, I have, you know, Mulan, I have so many supportive, good girlfriends. You get what I'm saying?
right.
And now it's time for me to move forward and be better and strive for better. You get what I'm saying? Instead of being in a place where I'm not happy and I'm living in a toxic place.
Hey, Charles. It's one of my old
It's one of my old coworkers.
So, is there
So,
anything
is
else
there
you want to
anything else
say?
you want to say?
I'm not a violent person. I will never abuse any assistant, a woman, or a trans woman. These allegations is not true.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I just try to do what was right, and maybe I didn't handle the situation the way I was supposed to. But at the end, my intentions was sincere to help all these young ladies, and it backfired.
So, what's the
So,
worst
So,
case
what's the worst
scenario?
case scenario?
um, the worst case scenario, I would never end up in jail because I didn't do anything. The worst case scenario is I have to fight because I'm being threatened. And you know, I'm not innocent either. You know what I'm saying? I said I'll stand my ground.
Right.
Right.
I'll stand my ground. And you know, it'll take a lot for me to fight a young lady. But like I said, I have no when it comes to a trans man, you're the same as me. You get what I'm saying? So if it comes to my personal space or my respect, then I have to do what I have to do.
Right.
Right.
And I get it.
And I get it.
I mean, as a trans woman, you release my birth name, what my mother birthed me. I mean, what my mother gave me. You release my like you know what is in my pants, and you say it's okay. But at the end of the day, I'm fighting for you, and you want me to give you the same energy that I give you. When the officers come, you give them my birth name, knowing that I had prior charges, and I'm a changed person. So you're basically gonna say, and then you're gonna say you're gonna expose me and all this stuff. I mean, it's crazy.
And this
The
was
same
a
people.
And this
trans
was
woman
a
that did
trans
this
woman
to
that
you.
did this to you.
This was three trans women.
Three trans women that
Three
did this
trans
to
women
you.
that did this to you.
I
That is
have been called.
That is
embarrassing.
embarrassing. That's just so bothering.
I've been called a faggot, a dick dyke. What is it? I shouldn't have transitioned. I should have remained the person I was before. I'm stupid. I'm illiterate. I'm dumb. I never be anything. My mother didn't want me, and you know, and I said some stuff. I backfired off of what was said to me. You get what I'm saying? If you say I need to fix my voice box, I'm gonna say you're mammy. You get what I'm saying? If you say something that you talk about anything, you know, I'm gonna say I'm gonna shoot for the aim too. Um, but when it comes down to it, you know, this is what was said.
Right.
And,
Right.
and that's what I said. I hold myself accountable because um, I shouldn't have let it get there. But you know, at the same time, me helping people, I didn't know that you just got to be careful who you help because not everybody is around you for sincere reasons.
Right.
Right.
Even the devil once had a smile.
Sure did.
Sure do.
I
You know,
appreciate that.
what's an angel?
Well,
Well,
Zaire,
Zaire, I just want to say thank you for your time.
thank you for
Thank
coming
you for
on
coming on
and
and
clearing your name,
clearing your name, clearing yourself up
from these rumors
from these rumors and addressing the allegations.
Come through.
And I think it's
And I think it's important that we as trans women do better
and stand with our
and
brothers
stand with our brothers because we want them to stand with us. We can't ask
everybody to stand
with us and we don't stand up for our own.
and that's the issue.
And that's the issue. That's a concern.
I take a bullet for one of my sisters.
I know
Or
you
where they took,
I know you would.
and where they took a bullet for me.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
You don't look like you can take a bullet well.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
You'll be surprised when you get back to it.
Let me find out you was a gangster back in your life.
So what?
So what?
Let me find out you was a gangster back in the day.
I was nothing. People that know about me, all they already know what's up. There's no conversation. I just walk up and there's no conversation needed.
Girl, you better sit down, Pastor's daughter. You look like you was praying tonight. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray to all my soul to keep. And if I die, so I, you know, pray them, right? Pray them. Come on.
You know they say the quiet sweet ones are the worst ones, but you got some people watch out for us.
That's not what I heard. I heard the pastor's daughters are freaks. I seen y'all jumping over them gates like late nights.
I'm just
gonna keep my mouth closed.
Child, this ice cream.
You ain't got to be calling.
You ain't got to be calling this out like that, though, Zahair.
You ain't got to call us out.
You ain't got to call us out like that.
My name is Zahair. I tell you, you know what? Black people will mess your name. Nobody gonna mess your name up. Verizon Wireless.
Verizon what?
So how do you
pronounce your name?
Let me swallow this banana cream ice cream. Zahair.
Zahair.
Right.
Okay.
Just like
Zahair. Okay, gotcha.
Just like your last name is New Bill. I got a new bill every month.
Yeah, you try to be funny, but I got you.
I got your number.
Yeah.
I got your number.
Yeah.
All right.
I love you.
I love you.
Girl. Tell my kids I love them. Cujo and
I sure will.
I'm pregnant now.
Girl, if I got you pregnant, we going on more hell. We going on. Well, let me tell you something. We going on Channel 12 News, and we gonna get us some chips and dip, cause that's fun. And you know what? I'm tired of that. That's something I gotta do. I'm tired of. And one more trans woman tell me they pregnant. And we as trans men sit here and believe that, and we entertain that mess.
Well,
it's just fun.
Yeah, but y'all be hyping our spirit up.
We do. I ain't
gonna lie.
Okay, for real. Okay. Y'all definitely. I got a lazy eye.
Huh?
Y'all be thinking I'm all cute and stuff. Y'all be wanting kids from me until one of the kids come out with a lazy eye.
You was like, that's your fault. Them your genes.
Eyes caught like a pistol. Right.
You so silly.
But I took off the glasses off, shining on them.
Said what?
Let me get off this thing. You trying to stunt on the viewers, little 6 viewers. Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to do this here.
Yeah. Right.
All right, no, seriously, I love you, and we'll talk soon.
All right, Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas and Thanksgiving.